Hello everyone. No, I am not Saffron Olive from Rogue Deck Builder, although when I do get a little excited, I do sound a little bit like him. And, I do take that as a compliment. Good guy. Anyways, I was looking through my spreadsheet. Yes, once you turn 30, you start appreciating spreadsheets a little bit more. And in my spreadsheet, which I'm unable to show you on the desktop, I'll just take a snapshot here. I've all the different sets listed, all the different sets that have existed throughout Magic the Gathering's history. Why? Well, so that I can keep track of which boosters I own. Now, like many of you, I'm sure we've all had the dream of owning at least one copy of each card that has ever existed within Magic the Gathering's history. Now, that's, for most of us mortals, that's a little unrealistic. However, it might be possible, just might be possible, to own a booster. Yes, I know alpha boosters are hard to come by and cost an arm and a leg, but there are workarounds. Anyway, so this is part one of a little series about every single booster that has ever existed throughout Magic the Gathering's history. And if you love boosters as much as I do, I really hope you'll enjoy this. So let's begin. In August 1993, Magic the Gathering, produced by Richard Garfield under Richard Garfield Games, produced the first set known as Limited, and it came in two different productions, Alpha and Beta. Now the packages themselves, the booster packages, are virtually impossible to differentiate. The way to do that is to actually peek through the booster to see if the card's corners are rounded, which means that they're from the Alpha set, the original first edition printing, and Beta are more of a square, have squared corners, right? And that was produced in October 1993. The Unlimited version is identifiable by having the words Unlimited Edition written right under the middle part. As you can see in the middle of the packages, it says Booster Pack, and it says Unlimited Edition right there in the middle image. And the Unlimited cards, of course, are known for having white squared borders. That was in December 1993. So in, less than 6 months, right? You already have like 2 editions, 3 prints. And, they're so popular from the get-go, right? There were like 2.6 million cards produced in Alpha, 7.3 million cards produced in the Beta. So the first edition had nearly 10 million cards already. And Unlimited had a print run of about 35 million. But of course, that wasn't enough. No, there's never enough Magic to go around. Anyways, in April of 1994, they came up with Revised. Revised edition was had a huge print run of about 500 million, right? And in Revised, they took out the Power 9 cards, but they kept the duels in there. And as you can see that right under the Magic the Gathering logo at the top of the package, it says Revised Edition. Now, yes, I know that Arabian Nights came out before Revised. Arabian Nights came out in December 1993, but right now I'm just going to focus on the core sets. There have been 18 core sets produced throughout the 25 plus years of Magic the Gathering's history, and about 80 expansion editions, including the one coming out in January of 2019, the Guilds of Ravnica, second set of the block. Now, of course, there have been different boosters, different sets produced, including 3 portal sets, 3 unsets, unglued, unhinged, unstable, 2 conspiracy sets, the original and Take the Crown, 7 master sets, and some do not want to admit that there was a modern event deck also included within, let's say, the modern editions. 10 from the vault sets, 10 commander sets, 1 spell book, and which is sort of like the continuation of the from the vault. Very many, I don't know, dual decks, at least a dozen. 2 starter sets in 1999 and 2000, and other products like Battle Bond, Game Night, Plane Chase, and so many. But let's focus on boosters. And continuing with our 18 core sets, we're going to move on to 4th edition. All right, 4th edition came out in May of 1995, and they're distinguished from, let's say, the ABUR, ABUR packages, by including actual images. I think that's a mana vault and some sort of RAM, slightly different color, more of a maroon, burgundy, reddish color on the packagings, and with different images. And 5th edition, this one showing Shivan Dragon came out in 1997 in March. 6th edition, they went completely nuts in the most positive meaning of the word. Totally different from the previous packages, right? With the green packaging, right? And it says classic right there. That's 6th edition. Very similar to 8th edition, except for 8th edition, it shows core, which will be presented in part 2. 6th edition came out in April of 1999. And 7th edition, much more resembling what I call the pre-modern, or it's much more similar to the expansion packs of the pre-modern era. Modern starts from 8th edition, when they return to the black border cards, up to now. Everything from unlimited till 7th edition, cards had white borders, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but that's what kind of makes modern, right? Black border cards, everything printed since the 8th edition. 7th edition, of course, included many different packages. I think 5 different varieties, and there was a starter pack from the Do Not Open series, which also happened in the 9th edition, but it's not really part of the core set. Okay, thanks for watching. And I invite you to continue with part 2. And, ciao.